So we have a ton of information to go over with you guys that we found out from Gray Zone Warfare. Now, I know a lot of you guys had questions on what is the price for the game, what's the release date, is this gonna have controller support, will this be coming to console, are they gonna make any changes to the AI, because some of them were a little bit tankier than they should have been, and the LZs, which seemed to be a really big issue on the last day of the closed test. Well, they have a ton of fixes coming and they're going to be working on all of this. So let's get into this video because I know a lot of you guys want to know what is going on with Gray Zone Warfare and do you have the answers? So first things first, they did announce there are 4 editions for Gray Zone Warfare. You have your standard edition, that's gonna be $34.99. You have the tactical edition, that's gonna be $57.99. You have the elite edition, that's gonna be $79.99. And then you have the supporter edition, that's gonna be $99.99. Now the difference between the editions seems to be the locker size. For the standard edition, it's a 10 by 25, and then all the way up to the supporter edition, which is a 10 by 60. Now you do get a secure lockbox that is 3 by 2 in the elite edition, and then the support edition has a 3 by 3, and then some in-game currency goes up with each edition that you get. So a few other things you guys get, but yeah, I think for $34.99, the standard edition, I honestly thought it was gonna come in closer to maybe $39.99 or even in the $45 range. But I'm excited to see that there is a price point for everybody depending on what you want to pay to play this game. So very cool to see there. Now they did announce that they are going to be announcing the official release date for this game on Monday during a YouTube premiere video. Yes, so on YouTube on Monday, we should get the official release date for Gray Zone Warfare. Now remember, the game will be dropping in early access, so that means they'll constantly be making changes, improving it. I'll tell you, in the 7 days that I played this game and I clocked in 58 hours, I will tell you, they made a ton of changes almost every single day. They were hard at work, and I really have faith in this dev team to really continue to support this game and really give life to it. So definitely can't wait to dive more into this game. I've been itching to play it and I can't. I gotta wait with, just like you guys, I have to wait for it. But let's continue on with some of the other things we found out. The number one question I got, because I do have a lot of console players who follow me because of The Division and other games, is would this game come to console? And second, does this have controller support? Because obviously some of you guys don't like mouse and keyboard, especially if you grew up playing with the controller all your life. Now I will tell you, they announced that their goal is to have this available on consoles as well. Controller support will eventually be implemented for PC too. Now they did follow this up with this statement right here that consoles could be years out. We want to build the ultimate experience and make sure our vision truly comes into fruition first. So they really want to focus on PC first, and once they have the solid game that they love, then they'll release it on console. So again, that also means that it could never come to console. Just want you guys to be clear that yes, that is their goal, but that is not a guarantee. Now, over the last 7 days, a lot of people were asking, are there camps that you can capture and fight over against other factions? Because you guys know by now there are 3 factions in Gray Zone Warfare. Now, Gray Zone Warfare came out and said capturing camps will eventually be added into early access. Capturing them means that you have another place to spawn, stash, and likely find other player factions fighting for position. You will need to maintain control of that camp or you will lose it. Now, another source did confirm that there will be 4 outposts that factions will be able to capture and fight over to unlock those better spawn locations and special vendors. So this might not come out right during early access, but this is actually a really cool way to have a place where you know where you can get some guaranteed PvP. I felt like in this game, that's the one thing you never really knew where the PvP would be, except at landing zones when you land in and get shot in your face. And then you had the random encounters when you were on quest, which was kind of cool, but the LZ PvP was horrible. But this could be a great way to have players really focus on those areas and really fight over them. So very excited for these outposts and can't wait to see those added to early access. Now let's get into a hot topic. I'll tell you, the landing zones, which really drove me crazy. And I'm gonna show you some clips that I just don't understand how people enjoy PvPing like this. So this was the big issue in Gray Zone Warfare. As you guys can see, I'm landing in, I can't shoot. If I could shoot, I could shoot this guy in the face, but no, I can't shoot till I fully get off. By the time I get off, I got killed. And this was what a lot of cheesy players were doing. Not good players, horrible players who don't know how to PvP. They were just sitting at LZs, camped where you couldn't see them. You can see we're landing on this one, right? There's a lot of bodies on the ground. So I already knew when I landed, oh, I'm probably gonna die because it's just too open right here. You have to run. If I lay down, I get shot in the face, boom. Another headshot and I'm dead. Again, this happened over and over. And it was across the board a universal problem in the game. Everybody was complaining about it. Now, Gray Zone Warfare devs did come out and say in response to the LZ camping in Gray Zone Warfare, they did confirm you will now be able to shoot from the helicopters, and they are working on systems to allow helicopters to land in many locations rather than in the same spot every time. And I think this really could solve everything, and hopefully they can nail this down because that 100% could be disastrous for this game. They also noted besides just shooting, you can also throw smoke grenades as well. They says get creative, get tactical. So maybe throw some flashbangs, throw grenades. Hey, it's all out warfare from the helis now. So I think that is a very, very good thing that they did and should definitely improve the LZs from being spawn camped as much. They did mention that they have another thing to annoy campers. If you camp in one location for too long, mosquitoes will become louder and annoy you until you move to a new location. And no, this is not a joke. So I'm excited for this. I think this is cool. It kind of wants players to not just camp and constantly move. Maybe move tactically, but at least move so you're not just sitting in one spot waiting for somebody to come right in front of you. Now, I think we covered everything. I'm excited for Monday to find out the official release date of early access. I have a bunch of friends who keep asking me, yo, Skillz, I enjoyed what I saw. I want to dive into it. So if you are on console and you're wondering, well, you might have to wait quite a while. Now, you guys kind of know the price range, $34.99. I think that's probably the cheapest you can get a game right now. Games are usually what, $69.99, $79.99. They're getting kind of outrageous. And the fact that you can get into Gray Zone Warfare for just $34 is pretty amazing. I'll tell you, I think it 100% is worth that price range. And that's from someone who played over 58 hours of it of early access. There's one more thing I did want to touch on, the AI. I know if you watched any of my gameplay early on in the early access, they were kind of tanky. On the last day, they dropped a patch and I felt like the enemies were instantly going down. So they definitely improved on it and I can't wait to see what they do with that going forward. So we're gonna wrap this up here, guys. Appreciate the support, appreciate the love. I'll see you in the next one. Nothing but skills out.